Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today Okay, let's try that.
We'll have to start over.
Yes.
Okay, I'll try to be good. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, well actually no, because you guys don't know who she is. But this weekend I had the pleasure of meeting my mother-in-law, and I got to do her makeup. She brought me a bunch of cool things. She brought me the Urban Decay Prince palette, and hold on, where's the other one? And this amazing sparkly palette with lots of different colors in it. It is so amazing. Hold on, let me open it. It has like every single color in it, and it's very, very pigmented. So I thought it would be fun for me to try and experiment with color this time. And she was just giving me this very purple aura. And
Purple aura.
Exactly. And because she also brought me Prince's palette and he loved purple, I was like, let me do the color purple. So I played around with color and I was very nervous about doing it, but I think it turned out really, really good. And she liked it too. So if you guys want to see how I got my mother-in-law to look this bomb, keep watching. So the first thing that I do before I put any makeup on is do skincare. This can literally make or break how your makeup turns out. So off camera I use the Neutrogena alcohol-free toner, and now I'm going in with my two favorite serums from The Ordinary, Niaciamide and hyaluronic acid. So I recently took a class by one of my favorite makeup artists, Kevin Luong. I hope I'm saying that right. And he told us in the makeup class to put your highlighter drops in your moisturizer. So I put my Suva Beauty in the color Trust Fund and my welda skincare in my welda skincare, and I mix that together, and you guys, it totally turns out totally divine. I loved it. I love the way she looked. This is something that you can do if you are rushing out the house but you still want to look good and you want to look like you are basically glowing. I would definitely do this, and I definitely will start doing this under my makeup as well. So now I am going in with two concealers. I had to custom make her color because I had nothing in my makeup kit that would fit her. So I used the two colors from Tarte Shape Tape, and I use the color Tan Deep Honey, and I also use my Camouflage concealer from e.l.f. and I use the color Medium Dark 120, and I mixed both of those together and put them on her face with the same brush that I used to put in those highlighter drops in the moisturizer. And this is another makeup trick that I learned during that class, and this totally changes your makeup game. I would 100% recommend doing this. I'm definitely doing this in my makeup routine moving forward. I wanted to make sure that her complexion looked really good and it looked like her skin. She wanted to keep her freckles, so I knew to keep it natural and to make sure that it wasn't super heavy. So I tried to make it very, very light, and I wanted her skin to look like hers but better. So that's why you can see me going back in with my beauty blender and buffing everything out, and you'll see me blending everything in for a minute because I wanted it to make sure it looked really good and like her skin. Now you're seeing me going back in with a much denser brush. There was a little bit of stuff from the skincare that was showing through, so I was just trying to buff it back in and make sure that it wasn't ruining her complexion. Because I was so nervous about trying color, I wanted to make sure that she absolutely loved her complexion, and I wanted to give her a very natural look because that's something I'm really practicing on, and I think that's something that I'm starting to kind of perfect well. So I wanted to show her something that I had kind of learned and mastered and see what she thought about it in case I had screwed up her eyeshadow. So that's why you see me paying such close attention to complexion. So now I'm going in with my NYX face palette, and I am using a shade that is very close to her skin tone because I wasn't trying to do such a transformative look with her complexion. I just wanted to cover up blemishes, but she honestly didn't really have any blemishes, and I honestly, now looking back, did not have to put concealer on, but I wanted to give her the full effect. So I definitely did everything that I normally do, but I just used a much lighter hand. So you'll see me putting the concealer on the bridge of her nose and under her eyes and above her upper lip and on her chin. And this is because these are the highest points of her face, and we want where light to touch to look to appear much more lighter and highlighted, and that's why they call it highlighting. So yeah. And now you're gonna see me creating her own contour shade because all the shades that I have in my makeup kit, once again, were way too dark for her. And you guys know I love to contour, so this was definitely hard for me to just hold back and give her something really, really chiseled and go over the top with my contour. But I've been learning that less is more, and especially if you want someone to have like that really natural glowy look that I'm trying to achieve, you have to use a whole lot less. So I use the same concealer that I put under her eyes, and I just put like a touch of the really, really deep shade in it and mixed it together. And you could see that I'm really, really not using that much product because I'm going in with a detailed brush, and I am using very, very little compared to how much I normally use. So you'll also see me contouring her face. I didn't want her face to get lost, and I didn't want the details of her face to get lost, or else I wouldn't have contoured her nose. But because I was using such a minimal amount, I did not mind doing it. And now you'll see me going back in with the same buffing brush that I was using to buff out all those imperfections to blend up her contour. And so I'm blending in her contour, and I'm blending it upward because we want the contour to help lift her face. And once again, she had really strong cheekbones, so I didn't honestly need to emphasize them that much. And I learned that you do not need multiple tools to have a great beat. You could definitely use the same tools over and over again, and that's why you're seeing me use the same blending brush, the same blending sponge, the same buffing brush. It's because the more you use those tools, the more residue you have from when you previously used it. So it helps really marry all of those makeup products together and help not look so separated. You want everything to blend very, very well. You don't want someone to spot like, oh, that's where she contoured. You want them to be like, wow, your face looks really good. You don't want them to compliment like, you know, separate aspects of your makeup. You want your whole beat to be on point. So using the same products over and over again can definitely help you achieve that look. You could even just go in honestly with a beauty blender for your whole face and you would be fine. So now I'm just using the Fenty pressed powder, and I believe it's in the shade 255, and I'm just going over all the places that I highlighted. And I honestly didn't use that much pressed powder because once again, I wanted her to give off radiance, to give off like a glow, and if I went in with too much powder it would take that highlighting effect away. And then I went back in with a small dense brush to buff out her contour that I put on her nose. And now you could see me blending it right back in with the same beauty blender. You guys, I keep forgetting what these are called. I don't know why. I think I just get shy whenever I like start doing my voiceovers. Honestly, the best trick I can tell you for a flawless face is everywhere that you put your makeup brush, put your beauty blender right behind it. And now you'll see me dragging that pressed powder right underneath where I contoured her. This just helps to really lift up her cheekbones, and it helps to strengthen that contour. So now I'm doing her eyebrows, and guys, unfortunately I lost the footage to me filling in her brows, but I could tell you right now I'm really proud of myself with how I did her eyebrows. I feel like eyebrows are the hardest point to start with makeup, and I feel like I haven't perfected mine. So using the soap brows has definitely helped. So now I'm going in with my Revolution soap brow, and this just helps define your brows a whole lot better. It helps your brow hair stick out a lot more, and it helps define your shape before you go in to fill it in with whether you're using your pomade or a pencil or anything that you prefer to fill in your brows. This just helps them find your shape. It helps you find your shape a lot more better, so I definitely recommend everyone doing this. So I filled her eyebrows in with the Morphe micro brow, and this was in the color Java. I definitely could have used a lighter color on her, but I think that it still came out pretty good, and they came out looking really natural, and I was really proud of myself. These are the first brows I think that I've ever done on anyone that I've really liked. And I think that I'm gonna switch from a pomade and start using a micro brow pencil. It was a lot more easier to control, and it made her eyebrows look a whole lot more natural. And this is definitely the look that I want to start gearing towards. So let me know in the comments down below what you use and what you like, or what you think makes your brows look amazing. Let me know down below what you use. I think I'm gonna gear towards a micro brow pencil moving forward. Oh, sorry, and I used the same shade that I used for her concealer to highlight underneath her bone brow, and well, to highlight her brows. And then you'll see me using the same dense brush to buff out her eyebrows and blend in that concealer. If you're going for a more natural look, you honestly don't have to do the highlighting part. It's just that I'm not really good at shaping them without it, and the highlighter definitely is like an eraser, and it will help you fix any mistakes, and it will help you make things look a lot more perfect. So now we are doing eyeshadow, and this is the part that I was extremely nervous about. I went in with concealer to prime her eyelids, and then I went in with a nuclear rainbow eyeshadow palette from Radioactive Hair and Cosmetics. And you guys, this thing was pigmented. It was packed with pigment. I definitely should have shown it on screen, but I did some swatches on myself and the pigment is definitely there. I am gonna try to do a makeup look on myself with color. I love the color pink, so I'm about to do a Barbie look, so you guys have to tune in for that. But I'm packing her eyelid with the color purple because she was giving me this purple aura, and she had given me the Urban Decay Prince palettes, and she let me know that Prince is one of her favorite musicians. So I definitely was like, purple was just screaming at me. So I picked up that purple and I packed it on her eyelid. I was definitely nervous because I haven't perfected my hooded eyes, and she had hooded eyes, so I was like, how am I gonna make this eyeshadow show through? How am I gonna make it come through? And because I have been watching a lot of YouTube tutorials during maternity leave, a bunch of people tell you that when you're doing it on hooded eyes to always do it above where your eye is and do it more like on your brow bone. So that's definitely what I wanted to do, but because I was also nervous, I was like, if it doesn't appear, will it be the worst thing in the world? So I definitely just decided to keep going for it, and it did have a lot of fallout, so you could see me wiping that away using a fluffy brush. So I definitely didn't know what kind of look I was going to. I was just kind of freestyling and letting my freak flag fly. I wanted my creativity to flow with whatever my body just felt like doing at the time. So I definitely ended up doing a cut crease on her, more or less. And it's not my first time doing a cut crease, but this is a cut crease I could say I'm definitely proud of. One thing I do want to say is, if you are nervous about playing with color, or if you're scared of your makeup techniques, honestly just practice, 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 practice. Now you'll see me blending the purple out with the Urban Decay Prince palette, and this is the color When Doves Cry, I believe, and this was just a light pink. I didn't want to use a light purple because I kind of wanted the shades to be able to transition into each other a lot better, or I used it was like a purplish pinkish color, so I definitely wanted those to transition into each other a whole lot more easier. And I'm going in with a much more dense brush to blend that out so that it's not quite so harsh. And you guys can see me cutting in and out. I am so sorry. I'm still getting the hang of this editing thing though. But you guys have to stick beside me. You have to stay with me. I'm definitely gonna get the hang of it, and I'm excited to produce better videos for you guys. I've definitely been watching a lot more videos on how to edit, especially for this tutorial. I want to get creative with this process, and I want to put out things that I actually love and things that I feel a lot more satisfied and happy with. Now you'll see me going in with the NYX Cosmetic eyeshadow base, and this is in the color white. And I just went in with, I didn't go in with the right brush, to be honest, and you can see me exchanging it. I decided to go in with a much more flat brush to define that cut crease. And I honestly, girl, this is not no cut crease. It was not a cut crease, okay? I just put some white on there I believe, and then I traced it up, or maybe, yeah, no, I just put some white on there just so that the color I was gonna put on the white can really pop out. So now I'm putting on this amazing purple shade that I fell in love with that automatically caught my eye from the Prince palette, and this is the color D.S.M.R, and it is this glittery pink. It has like some iridescence to it, and it definitely has some white, and there's also some pink tones in there, and I loved it. It was amazing. It looks really good on her, and now I'm just dusting away all the eyeshadow fallout. And now we're moving on to the finishing touches. Y'all see my editing skills? Yes! So now I'm using the bronzer L'Oreal True Match Bronzer just to bronze her face. I really wanted her to look very sun-kissed and have a glow on her. So I put that on the same places that I put her contour, and now I'm going in with blush from Juvia's Place, the Sahara Blush Volume 2 palette, and this is the color B. Y'all, when I say that blush color was made for her, it was made for her. And now I'm going in with my NARS face palette from and this is in the color Do Not Come For Me, but it's Tarte highlight. That was the highlight that I put on her, the tip of her nose and her brow bone. And I also put it on her Cupid's bow and the bridge of her nose as well. You guys, when I say I am so proud of myself for this eyeshadow look, and I'm going to continue to play with eyeshadows both on and off camera moving forward. And for her lips, I used the same contour shade. The same custom contour shade that I used to contour her is what I used for her lips. And I decided to go with a very natural look, but now looking back, I definitely should have used a much lighter shade. For her lip color, I'm going in with the Milk Makeup, and this is in the color Work. And it's just a very, very light pink. I wish I definitely had toned down her lip liner. And now I'm going in with the Lifter Gloss from Maybelline, and this is in the color Topaz. Y'all, if you do not have these lip glosses, they are very close to the Fenty lip Gloss Bomb, and they are absolutely amazing. They are not sticky, and they last for a long time, and the color is just magnifique. So I would definitely try it. I decided not to put any lashes on because she wears glasses. And now we are about to get her reaction. So let's hear what she has to say. Reaction.
Oh, what? I love that purple.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh.
So according to you, black people won't make it unless they do something gay or sell out?
Okay, Ray, where you gonna take me? You gotta show me off.
Yeah.
You got to show me off.
Fun.
Great.
So white people don't do that? You guys don't stay on the celebrity?
Gotta take you somewhere nice.
Yeah, we need to find a restaurant.
You can drink some wine too.
I can't drink no wine. Because we're going to have a child up in the house.
Okay guys, so you could see that she clearly liked the final look, and I'm very proud of what I did. I'm definitely excited to play with more color with this new palette. Thank you, Mama B. And you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how you guys felt about this look, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.